Good morning, my children, and once again, welcome back to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. For today, my children, we're going to continue with the learning and the studying of the letter S, but in its small form. Now, before we commence with this, let's go back to yesterday's activity to remember the last objects. Now, for capital S, we had the sweater. And let's see if you remember. Vamos a ver si recuerdan cuál era el otro objeto. Okay, we had the sweater. Very good. Excellent. Very good. You remember. Now the teacher Jacob, that's why I make these questions so you can memorize all the activities. So, as I mentioned it, today, small s. Before we commence with the object, let's have a review of the previous letters of the alphabet. And because we have a small form, that means names of people. So for this, please repeat after me. I say it first. Let's begin. Small a. Small a is for Alan, for Alonso, for Alondra. Small b. Remember, we have to be careful in some letters because even though the pronunciation sounds similar, they are different. This is pronounced B and this is pronounced P, stronger. Once again, B, P. Small b is for Brenda, for Beto, for Brianna. Small c for Camila, for Carlos, for Christian. Once again, we have to be careful with the pronunciation of these two letters. C, S. They are completely different, but sometimes we can get confused. Letter C, letter S. Letter D. For letter D, once again, be careful. B, D, P. For letter D, we have Diego, we have David, we have Denise. For letter E, we have Enrique, we have Emiliano, we have Elsa, like the princess from the movie Frozen. With letter F, we have Frida, we have Fernando. For letter G, we have Geraldine, we have Gerardo, we have Guillermo. For letter H, we have Hugo, we have Hilda, we have Hannah. For letter I, we have Ivan, we have Irma. For letter J, of course, my name, teacher Jacob, Jesus, Jose, that's another name that begins with this letter. For letter K, we have Karen, we have Carla. For letter L, we have Lulu, Lili, Lupita. For letter M, remember the difference between these two pronunciations? This one is M, closing our mouth, M. And this is N. We open our mouth a little bit. N. Abrimos la boquita un poquito. N. M. Okay? For letter M, we have Monse, Monica, Miguel. For letter N, we have Nicole. We have another name with N. Nicole, let's go for Nicole. For letter O, we have Oscar, Octavio. For letter P, we have Patricio, my friend Patrick from Kinder 2. We have Pedro. With small Q, we have Quetzali. For small R, we have Roberto. We have Raúl. Okay, we have Regina for the girls. And finally, with the letter S, we have Sebastián, we have Saúl, we have Sergio. Okay? Very good. And the object of today, another object that uses small s, is the sun. Now remember, the sun is an object that appears up there in the sky in the mornings. If you remember, when we saw capital S, we had the stars. The star is a shiny object that appears up there in the sky, but at night. In the case of the sun, this object comes out in the morning. Okay? Stars at night, sun in the morning. Okay? And if you remember, the sun is an object that is colored yellow and is surrounded by beautiful clouds. Si ustedes recuerdan, el sol es un objeto que se encuentra allá arriba en el cielo, que aparece únicamente en las mañanas. Cuando nosotros estuvimos trabajando con capital S, vimos el objeto stars, estrellas. Recuerden que aunque estos dos objetos son brillantes, la diferencia es que stars aparecerá únicamente en las noches, sun en las mañanas. Okay? And sun is an object that begins with a small s. Now, the activity of today, once again, is part of your textbook and is located right here, page 178. 178. So as you can see here, we have a small s for sun. Now using your pencil, holding it properly, let's trace all examples of the letter S. Remember, while we are tracing, while we are joining the dots, mientras remarcamos, unimos los puntitos, es importante que repitamos el nombre de la letra porque también tenemos que ver mayúsculas y minúsculas. Tenemos que saber diferenciar una de la otra. Hay letras, recuerden, que son igualitas, mayúsculas y minúsculas, pero hay otras que son completamente diferentes, por lo tanto tenemos que poner atención para saber cuáles son. So, small s is for sun. Sun, an object that appears up there in the sky in the mornings. Small s. After finishing tracing all examples of the letter, then we concentrate on the second part of the activity, the sun. Now for the sun, remember the color that we associate with this is color yellow. In case you want to use another color, there is no problem, although I prefer the correct one. Si ustedes quieren colorear el sol de otro color que no es el adecuado, que no es el correcto, no hay ningún problema, no pasa nada. Pero yo les recomiendo que coloreen con el que debe de ser, color yellow. Now, on top of the activity, we have a small sentence. En la parte de arriba tenemos una pequeña oración, and it says, dice, it's small s. Es la letra S minúscula. Small s for sun. Very good. So, that's it for today, my children. Teacher Jacob is very happy to see you once again on this beautiful Monday. A whole week of working hard and be happy. So, we continue tomorrow. Have an excellent afternoon. Take care. Goodbye.